It's Wednesday, December the 4th. Lake level's just about down to 916. They've been pulling a bunch of water the last 2 or 3 days, so it's been going down pretty good. Water temperature anywhere from mid 50s to, if you go far enough up in the rivers, you'll find some mid 40s, 46, 47. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And my last 5 or 6 trips, I've been fishing mainly from Baxter up to about the 86 highway bridge up in the Kings River. And a lot of the reason I've been up there is that rain that we had about 2.5 weeks or so ago. Arkansas, Harrison got a bunch of rain. A bunch of water came into Kings River and stained up that whole White River arm from about the mouth of the Kings down to about Baxter. I mean, it's got really nice green color to it, visibility of 2 to 3 foot. But it's been really good up there on a crankbait. Water temperature's perfect. Whether you get the wind or not, you can, it's a steady bite. I mean, we fished up there today and pretty much caught them all day. Now we did go through, several little slow periods, but they're biting, multiple different colors. Depends on how dirty the water is. If I get some clear water, in the backs of some of the creeks and stuff, the water is clearing up. I'm throwing like a phantom watermelon. But the stained water, and in the clear water as well, the stone cold's been working real well. Also been throwing some reds and browns like a Delta Craw. And I don't know what this one's called for sure, but it's got a green back with some burnt orange sides. And a lot of the fish we're catching on the crankbait, they don't seem to, or at least the ones that we've been catching, don't seem to be on the main river arm. They seem to be at the mouths of the creeks to about half to about 3/4 away, like a lot of the bigger creeks. And they're coming off different types of rock. You might catch them on a flatter gravel. Some of them are coming off steeper 45-degree banks. And seems like you just got to kind of mix it up to wherever you get a bite, and then try to look for the same type of bank. But the one thing that has been a given is if you get one bite, you're going to get 2 or 3 bites in 100, 150 yard stretch. The fish are definitely kind of grouped up. You might get one bite, you get anywhere from 1 to 4. And the majority of the fish have been keepers, so have been good quality fish. And then, further up, if I get way up into the Kings where the water starts to cool down below 50, don't seem like they like the crankbait for me quite as good up there. I'm just getting on, like from Hickory Hollow on up in the Kings, just getting on the channel banks with like a 7/16 ounce jig, or another one I like to throw is Ledge Rock makes it. It's a 9/16 jig, just throwing it up on the channel swings, setting the boat and probably 12, 15 foot, throwing it up to the bank and working it down the rocky ledges. It's a lot more slower than the crankbait, but there's a lot of good fish up in that area. And also, in the same areas I'm throwing crankbait, I've been catching some on a chatterbait, XPS 3/8 ounce with a little swim bait, and also a War Eagle spinnerbait. It's got real small blades, a little 5/16 ounce. It's got a Colorado, Indiana blade set up. Especially if I got, more wind, the chatterbait and spinnerbait seem to be working a little better. Now, I know the fish are biting down lake, on ice fishing jigs, slab spoons, Demiki rigs. I have not been down there because, like I say, my last 5 or 6 trips, I've been up there fishing that off-colored water. And the bite's been, like I say, every time I go, whether the wind's blowing or not, it's pretty consistent. You just gotta stay with it, on the rock crawler. And also you can, try mixing it up, try a frit side as well, a little flat-sided crankbait. But the rock crawler's been kind of my go-to bait. That's what we've been catching the majority of the fish on. And the fish, some of them will be, 3 or 4 feet away from the bank, and some of them, may bite you clear back out there by the boat. If I find they're doing that, I'll back the boat out a little bit deeper and fish a little further out away from the bank. But it seems like if you can make a long cast from the bank or from the boat to the bank, that way you're covering the shallow out to that 12 to 15 foot. That's what's been working best for us. And I think down lake, them fish are getting underneath the shad quite a bit. I've checked it some up in the White River, and I'm finding a lot of bait in some of the deeper creek arms, but I'm not finding a lot of fish underneath them. There's a few, but nothing like what it sounds like down lake. Sounds like that, the deeper bite is a lot better from Kimberling, probably down to the 86 bridge at Long Creek. But also in the upper river arms, I've still been catching some on a glide bait, like way up there in the Kings, even in that colder water, off isolated wood and rock up in the same area. But the fishing, the deep fishing is going to get better and better, and the crankbait bite should stay with us, till that water gets down below 50 degrees. But I mean, right now it's a really good time to get out there and throw that rock crawler, catch a lot of fish on it. It depends what you like to do. If you like to fish deep, go on down lake, tie that Demiki rig on and your forward-facing sonar, and sounds like you're catching a lot of fish down there. So, till next week, good luck, good fishing.